Hey everybody, Miss Cynthia here. I am making this quick video on how to complete your graded assignment for my 5 cardio endurance training zones. So before you open this up, make sure that you have a calculator because you're going to need a calculator. I guess Desmos has one that you can use if you don't have one personally, but you're going to definitely need a calculator. So the first thing I want you to do is click on the assignment. And it's going to take you to this screen where you got to click here in order to download the slides. So of course, once you click it, it's going to always ask you to make a copy. So hit make a copy so that you have the slides. Okay, when you make a copy, you'll notice that 3 slides pop up. You are only going to fill out one, the one that applies to you. Here are the 3 slides. The first one is just Miss Cynthia's example of her 5 training zones, so you can kind of see what it looks like completed. These will not be your numbers, but this is mine personally, so you can see, and I'll explain in a minute. Then the next slide is the slide for females. So if you're a female, this is the slide you're going to want to use. If you're a male, this is the slide that you're going to want to use. So you can get rid of the other slide. When you have completed your slide, you're only going to upload that one slide. You'll get rid of Miss Cynthia's example and get rid of the 1 or 2 that does not apply to you. So for purposes here, I am going to start with the female slide because it's a little more difficult just because of the calculations. So I'm going to kind of get rid of this for right now. So first off, we need to find out what our maximum heart rate is. So, men, when you go to your maximum heart rate, how you determine that is you take 220 minus your age, and that's your maximum heart rate, and you type it in here. Type it in here. Ladies, yours is a little more difficult just because you have to calculate 88% of your age minus 208. So the first thing we need to do is we need to calculate 80% of our age. How you do that is you put 0.88 for 88% times your age. Mine was 64. So this number needs to be you. Whether it's 12, 13, 14, not sure. For me, it was 64. So once you take this 0.88 times 64, that's going to give me 88% of my age. So 0.88 times 64 is 56.32. So if you look at Miss Cynthia's, it's 56.32. I am going to drop the last 2 on here. My general rule is if this number here is 5 or higher, then you're going to round up to 57. If it's 4 or lower, then you're just going to keep the 56. And for you, again, it's different because you're not 64 years old. You are multiplying 0.88 times your age, ladies. So like I said, for me, it's 56. Then I take 206 minus 56, which is 88% of my age, and it equals 150. So now 150, this here, is my maximum heart rate. And notice I transferred it over here. Okay? So one more time, ladies. Whatever your age is, 12, 13, 14, you're going to substitute it for the 64. So you're going to put 0.88 times whether you're 12, 13, 14 right here. Multiply those together and you're going to get this number here. Then you're going to take that number, which is here, and subtract it from 206. And you're going to come up with your own number, which is your maximum heart rate that goes here. Okay, so hopefully you've gotten that far. Gentlemen, yours, all you have to do is take 220 minus your age. So it'll just be 220 minus 13, 12, 14, whatever your age is. And then that number would go right here. Okay, back to the ladies. Now, everybody else, it doesn't matter whether you are a female or a male. The next calculations, it doesn't matter. So just go back to your slide where you have done your age calculation. And now you know your maximum heart rate. So I have it down here for me as 150. Now I'm going to take that 150 and I'm going to plug it in over here. Right here is where I plugged it in. Because what I need to do is I need to calculate my low number of heartbeats, beats per minute, to 60%, so I have a range. So if I'm training at level 1 for cardio endurance, I need to get my heart rate up between 75 and 90 beats per minute. How did I come up with those numbers? Is zone 1 is training at 50% of your maximum heart rate to 60% of your maximum heart rate. So you take your number, that was your maximum heart rate, and you now multiply it by 0.50. So when I take my maximum heart rate, you're going to do your own, and then I'm going to times it by 0.50, and that gives me the 75 beats per minute. So that's beats per minute, my heart rate. Now I need to know the high end for the level 1 target zone. So now I'm going to take my maximum heart rate, which is the 150 again, and I'm going to multiply it by 0.60, which is 60%. Once I've calculated that, that now becomes my high beats per minute for when I am doing my activity. So what I'm trying to say is this. If I'm just starting off learning how to improve my cardio endurance, I'm going to start at level 1. And I am going to start moving, whether it's jogging, walking at a fast pace, whatever you have to do. You want to stop every so often, take your pulse, and try to get your heart rate to a minimum of 75 beats per minute to a maximum of 90 beats per minute. So that is level 1 training, 50 to 60% of your maximum heart rate. Now, let's say that I'm already good here and I need to step it up a level. So then I want to calculate what my target zone is for 2. What are my beats per minute for level 2, zone 2 for cardiovascular training? I'm going to start with the 60%. This one's now my low end. So all I have to do is take this 90 beats per minute and transfer it over here. Because we've already calculated the 60%. Sorry, I have to go back because that got messed up a little. Sorry about that. So anyway, it's the same because 60%, this is 60%. So it's 90 beats per minute is my low end. And now I'm going to take the 150 and I'm going to multiply it by 0.70. And then I'm going to come up with 105 beats per minute. So for Miss Cynthia, my low end for level 2 is 90 beats per minute. And then my high end is 105 beats per minute. So when I'm out exercising, trying to get my heart rate up, I stop periodically, take my pulse, and I should try to get my heart rate at a minimum of 90 beats per minute up to 105 to be training at zone 2. Hopefully, you understand how this works. So you're going to continue on and figure the rest of it out. Okay? It's pretty simple. It's the same formulas all the way through. So I am going to one more time show you how to calculate your maximum heart rate. Ladies, we are going to do, let's do a 13-year-old. So 0.88 times 13. Let me calculate that out. 0.88 times 13 years old is 11. So this number would be 11. Now you're going to take that 11 and you're going to minus that from 206. Remember, so it's 206 minus 11 equals 195. You notice that my slide automatically did that for me. 195. So that is your maximum heart rate if you are 13 years old. And that number goes over here. Just transfer the 195 over there, and there's your maximum heart rate. These blanks, every one of these blanks here should be 195. This is 195. This is 195 because this is your maximum heart rate. You have to multiply that by the percentage in order to get your low end and your high end. I hope I did not confuse you. I tried really hard to look at it from your perspective and then show you what one looks like completed. I had to use my own numbers. So good luck with this. And I hope that if you have any questions, that you will see me in AST at 10 a.m. and may I on Wednesdays. And may I remind you that you are only going to upload your one slide that you filled out. Okay? I will look forward to looking at your target zones when you get them finished. Have a great day.